So we just witnessed a major alliance between the Polish and the Persians. Now, this might not be a significant alliance to Western Europe. I'm sure they don't really care. But for everybody outside of Western Europe, they need to be afraid, because those are two powerhouses, Persia controlling the Middle East and Poland controlling Eastern Europe. They should definitely fear that massive team up just currently in the last video. So right now, the only war that's happening is an offensive war, technically, from Austria and the Greeks. They were trying to one-up the Venetians. Oh, man, I think it got so much worse for them. Was Spain originally in on this war? A lot of new nations get called in sometimes. I don't think they were. So Spain, Florence, Venice, and the Netherlands are all up against just Greece and Austria. And I'm sure they have pretty much nothing left. This could be really, really good for William. He's got claims on a lot of the Austrian lands. How does Venice feel? Venice has only got a few claims, and that's actually against Greece, surprisingly enough. Wow, and you know, Venice has got a lot of claims against Florence, surprisingly enough. Wow. Okay. They were forced to, at some point, Florence was forced to, at some point, annul their treaty with France. That's why you see it as purple. They just have that royal marriage up. Dang. Okay, well, let's kind of see what happens here. This might be the end of Austria. I mean, it's not going to be the end of Austria, but this would definitely be the kind of among one of the final nails in the coffin. Because at this point, from the looks of it, they're going to get a lot of their land taken away. I'm thinking mainly specifically from William, because he controls a lot of claims against these Austrian lands. I think Venice might let him go. Venice might just take things away from Alexander, but we could see the beginning of the end for both Austria and Greece. I don't think Austria and Greece was a major... I don't think a lot of you guys... Oh, wow, Rome grabbed into Carthage territory. Wow. All right, well, interesting choice there to grab this province. It's like almost nothing in terms of development. I guess they just wanted to grab something. Well, okay, smart. As well as I think they also grabbed some... No, they didn't grab anything else in Africa. Okay, I thought they might have, but... No, their Roman colony in Africa is still doing strong. They didn't take away anything else from Carthage. It was just this one province up north in northern Africa. So, yeah, I mean, it was a win. You got to give some credit. Oh, there it was. William took, I think, at least 3 provinces away. Yep, I believe that was 3. Now, how did Venice do? Yeah, Venice took away some stuff too, mainly from the Greeks, I think. Oh my gosh, and Alexander was forced to annul the alliance with Austria. So you're talking about, well, you know, the Greeks are doing okay because now they're allied to Poland. And that's certainly an alliance that you want to be in on. But Austria, on the other hand, are in a sticky situation. They're only allied to Denmark. I feel bad. I really feel bad. That's just, dang. So yeah, Venice took away, I think it was, how much did they take away? I didn't even check here. Get out of here, window. They took away 1 thing from Greece, and I think a few, like 1 or 2 provinces away from Austria. So yeah, no, I mean, they're still doing okay. Austria's still doing fine. They didn't lose that much. Well, it's not good. Because I imagine that Germany might be declaring war at some point. Do they have any... They don't have any truces up. So Bismarck could take that opportunity there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, we knew about this. That's right. Because, yeah, William has come to the aid of the Russians in the east. Denmark just, I mean, I got to give them credit. They just kind of did a suicide mission just to get something going. They had to try something. Unfortunately, that just didn't work out in their favor. Yeah, that just did not work out at all. Let's go ahead and check the ledger again. What do we got? So, yeah, we still have that war against, unfortunately, Denmark's not doing so well. They're at negative 61 war score. I imagine that maybe the Russians could vassalize them. They might be still a little bit too big to vassalize, though. It is possible. They could be too big to vassalize. How's our colonies doing? I did see that Rome, Mexico has popped up. Really, really cool there. Ooh, and also William taking away a piece of Spanish Mexico, potentially Spanish Mexico. So William is also... Oh, and France is over here too. Dang. Wow, okay, so now it's all about the colonization of the western part of North America. I can't wait to see who grabs some of the provinces where I live, right in this region. That is always fun. I always like to see that because I get so jealous of you guys being able to watch as some of the places that you live have, all these cool, fun things that are happening in the game, while not too much happens usually in California. So I will be excited to see exactly whose territory I'll be living under. Zulu's still going strong. It looks like Assyria is grabbing more and more of these very rich base tax provinces. So are the Zulu, though. The Zulu have reached out here, too. So that's good for the Zulu. Shaka definitely needed some more, I guess, rich lands. He doesn't have very much in South Africa, but he's grabbing some, so that's nice. Arabia, touching down in towards these, is this kind of the Indonesian territory? Yeah, so they're starting to touch and grab some area down there. Sweden getting closer and closer, but they're still a ways away from the very... Oh, yeah, I mean, if Sweden sticks up north, ultimately, they can control all this stuff, and they might look really powerful, but they're not going to be that powerful. If they want to go for something, you know, in like a strategic way, they should go after Eastern Asia here, modern-day China. All this green could be up for them. All those green stuff, that's what you want. You want that green stuff. And there isn't anything up north in North Asia and like all the way over towards eastern Siberia. I'm interested to see where... It does look like Sweden is kind of colonizing more and more south, so maybe they can see that. Maybe the AI is processing for that and trying to take that into consideration. This is where the real good stuff's at. So it's going to be interesting because Theodora technically still has a lot of colonization that they can do in the east, but we talked about in the last video, because they've been cut off by both the Persians and the Ottomans, they can't reinforce this side of their empire. So I don't know what's going to happen. I know that they're probably going to be able to get up something small. Well, technically they have no regiments here in the first place. I don't know if they have much of an army at all, actually. I don't see much of anything. Morocco is at war with... Oh my goodness. Why did you declare this? So the Islamic Alliance just declared war on England, and I'm wondering if that's a war that popped up because of the New World. Actually, we can check on that. Let's go ahead and do that. Yes, it is. That is a colonial war. England-Brazil, that's a colonial war. So Morocco was supporting... We saw them formally supporting Brazil's independence, but that's not the case anymore. They might have been supporting it just so that, you know, they can get rid of the overlord in their alliances. Oh, Morocco's not going to be doing so well. France-Brazil has also popped up. Colonization is just going down really, really fast. I can barely keep up with all the new things that are forming. It's crazy. I mean, at least in the New World, I can somewhat keep up in kind of Asia and the Asian territories. So what's going on with Denmark? Bam, William kind of took away the tip away from probably Germany lands. I'm sure Germany probably had a claim on those. Yeah, they did. Bismarck had a claim on this province, and William went in and swooped it up. Yep, and they are currently actually... Oh my goodness. Rome just got a personal union over Denmark. So that's the first personal union, I think, of the game, and that is probably the weakest I could have ever imagined. Definitely. Also, there's a second war that popped up. Yeah, that is the first personal union in the game, and it's Denmark. Denmark coming under control of Rome. Well, Rome needed it. I will say Rome certainly needed it. So it looks like there was another war that popped up. Yes, it was. It was against Venice. Well, Rome versus Venice. And Rome called in their alliances of France, and that's all you really need. But it is pitting Spain against France. Whoa. Oh, but Germany's in on it as well. And they do have Florence. Venice does have Florence. You know, Rome, if you just have... France is a good one. France is a good one, I will say, but that's not going to be enough, man. As well as the colonial nations, there's not going to be much in terms of war in the colonial nations. Spain, Mexico is going to get completely messed up. This will be fascinating to see how the French divvy up their regiments. Are they going to go straight for Iberia and focus on that front first? It looks like it. Oh man, we're going to see a big battle go down right here. Now, will they beat this 5-stack in time before the 44-stack gets there? They need to beat it in 4 days. Then they'll get yes, they did. Now they're trying to run away, so they're not going to make it in time. Napoleon is going to be fighting a defensive war in the mountains, so this is really, really good. As well as I think the Spanish are going to take a crossing penalty. This might be best case scenario. They didn't get the crossing penalty, I'm sure, because of a maneuver general they probably hold. Oh my gosh, 5 maneuver. So let's see who wins this. This is a big, big battle for Napoleon versus Isabella. Now I think she is reinforcing. Isabella is. This is a big one. Let me slow it down because I really want to see who wins this. Yep. They got really, really lucky, and France took it. Bam. They took that battle. I don't think a 2-stack is going to be able to take on a 32-stack no matter how low that morale is. Wow. Very big win for Napoleon's army. Wow. And that's not even all of their troops. They're still just sitting with 27,000 men sitting on Paris, which is smart to defend their territory like that, but still... Oh, this is. But you got to also worry, depending on where Florence reinforces, France could be in a situation. It looks like Florence might be. Oh, they might be going offensive against Napoleon instead. I thought they'd go against Rome, but that doesn't seem to be the case. They're moving down towards the southwest. Yes, it actually looks like they're going to try to unite with the Venetians and the Spanish to kind of rise up. And you need everyone you can get, because I believe France still holds the biggest army in the world. Morocco is at war with England. I got to keep that in mind. Can't wait to see what happens there. We might see a lot of Moroccan colonies get taken in Africa, as well as obviously South America. So let me see if France still controls the biggest army in the world. I believe it is. Oh no, they were close. They probably lost a little bit because of a few wars, a few battles that just took place. But Poland is currently number one in terms of army strength at 84,000, and their force limit is at 121. But look at the Persians at 119. That's why that alliance is scary. They both have the potential of getting up the biggest armies in the world. Whoa, the Zulu at 103. I imagine it's a lot of those Indian provinces provide a lot of manpower. So wow, the Zulu could possibly get up a lot, but they don't have that good of an economy at all, so that's probably holding them back. But at the end of the day, all it matters, force limit doesn't really matter. All it matters is total. And currently Persia's doing good too at 70,000. Such a huge alliance that formed up. So big. Who has the most manpower? Currently it's Assyria, who's kind of remained peaceful for a while. And then it's France. So France can sit in this war for a while, but they're going to lose a lot of their manpower, that's for sure. France obviously always has like an unlimited supply of manpower. But it will be interesting to see. Yep. So unless they start to use this 28 stack, this war is not going to go so well for them. It's in fact going to go really, really bad. Well, I got to give Rome credit. I mean, they had a lot of claims on these lands too. Yeah, I got to give Rome credit. They tried. Somewhat smart of them to at least try here. Is Morocco's territory in North Africa being sieged? No, it's still okay. Yeah, no, it's still okay. Rome, Mexico, looking awesome. Looking straight up awesome there. And they're about to provide it. They're going to make it even bigger. They're going to make it even bigger than ever before. I'm wondering when some of these colonies are going to start to... You know, it's funny because Rome has always been like... sorry, this is kind of off topic, but Rome has always been this nation that has barely been holding on, but then they do some weird things and they come back. Like, you know, getting some colonial nations down in the New World really helped them to come back. And now, you know, controlling... Now, they might not be able to integrate the Danish Empire. They might be forced to end this personal union. But still, grabbing that personal union with Denmark still gives them even more power. They can get even more, I mean, strange lands. I don't know what they would do with all these lands. It's going to make the border war unbelievable. But still, I mean, they've kind of remained in the game. They don't look powerful, only, you know, just considering the amount of, you know, provinces they control in southern Italy. But still, they do. They hold a lot of power. They hold a lot of power all over the world. It's not very much colonies, like in terms of their African colonies, pretty small, as well as the same case for the New World. It's still stuff, though. It's still things that they're able to provide. So, what's going on here? Always checking the ledger for war score and stuff like that. Morocco's currently losing their war at -10. And then Venice is technically losing this war. This was actually... Oh, I'm sorry. I think I might have said it was an offensive war from Rome. No, this was an offensive war from Venice. Pretty cocky of them. But they probably noticed that Rome didn't have as good of an alliance, and maybe Venice was like, hey, I can call in Spain. That might be able to be enough to counteract the massive French Empire. But it doesn't seem like it's working out too well for them. Yeah, no, France is still doing work. Oh, here we go. Here we go, though. Spain and Florence teaming up. Oh, yeah, you better run, France. You better run. You better get into some good territory. Don't go into farmlands. Not a good idea. Not a good idea to stay in farmlands. Austria, have you gotten any more alliances up? You did with the Ottomans, surprisingly. Now, why? Why did the Ottomans grab that alliance? Why did they allow that? Dang, the Ottomans are really very much involved in this kind of Islamic alliance that we've been talking about. The Arabians, the Egyptians, Persia is technically Shia, but, you know, it's Islam, the Islamic alliance. Doesn't necessarily mean Sunni or Shia. And then Carthage. That's a weird alliance, but I guess, you know, the Ottomans are just trying to ally to everybody because the Ottomans they're not that strong. To be perfectly honest, they're really not that strong. They're kind of landlocked, like we've talked about. Yeah, you know, Persia's actually just taking away stuff from Assyria, but Assyria doesn't care because they've got this part of their empire. Zulu grabbing more provinces this way, even closer towards modern-day China. Byzantium seems to be reaching over there before anybody else, which is going to make it for a really interesting scenario. Theodora might be the one to grab a lot of these rich provinces, but she won't have the men or the regiments to protect this part of their empire. I don't think. I don't see anything over here. I don't even see much of an army at all from Byzantium, which is weird. Let's double check on that. Venice is now currently winning at 9 war score. Morocco's losing pretty bad. Let's go ahead. We keep checking on the number 1 armies, but I haven't been checking on the lowest of the low. So we have, oh, poor pirates at 0. No, but yeah, Byzantium's only got 1,000. That's it. What is going on? Why do you only have 1,000 men in your army currently? That's scary. Luckily, I think you're in a lot of truces currently, so you'll be fine. But still, you're lower than a lot of these new world colonies. That's not good, man. That is not good. And there's a lot of claims against you, I imagine. People don't really like you that much. Well, Poland has an okay feeling towards you, but they've got a truce, so it's okay. So 1661. So you've got 3 years to build up something. You don't have that great of an alliance either. You allied to Assyria, which is smart because Assyria really needed allies as well. That was a pretty, actually, genius alliance. That was very, very smart of them to grab because they both really desperately needed friends. So yeah, that was pretty smart of them. Here goes France. Yeah, France is dominating Spain, Mexico. But they're also getting support from France, Peru, and France, Colombia. Wait a second. The Netherlands just joined in against Napoleon, didn't he? Yes. Yes, he did. We just saw that happen. No. They were involved in the war. They might have just got called in, though, recently. Yeah, they just got called in. So, yeah, that kind of is the icing on the cake where there's no way France can stand up to Spain, Florence, Venice, Germany, and William of the Netherlands. No way. Well, they're doing okay, though. I mean, they haven't had anything sieged out, but I think a lot of the AIs are just going for the Roman lands because they see how weak Augustus is. So they're like, oh, yeah, you know what? They have one thing sieged out, but still. 2 things, actually. But still, I think that the AI is probably playing pretty smart, not touching, not trying to mess with Napoleon. He's kind of this wild dog, just like running in a circle, but, snarling with just unbelievable, probably drool laced with some sort of nasty diseases. So no one wants to get close to the French army because they're scary. They're totally scary. That was the weirdest metaphor ever. But I just kind of imagine this very scary, like Cujo dog running in a circle, defending like food. But it's just really terrifying. It's so chaotic. You don't want to touch it. That's the way I'm seeing the French army right now, which is the ultimate epitome, I think, of fear, I would say. I wouldn't. In that scenario, I would definitely not be messing with a dog running in a circle, drooling. And that's the way I see it. But you know what? William is... Oh, no, this is France. They're running back. They did lose some morale. Yeah, they're starting to push forward. I think because they're done with their front against Rome. Venice is, that is. So maybe that might be the reason why. Morocco, have you gotten anything taken away? You pieced out, though. No, you didn't get anything taken away, but I think you just pieced out. You still hold up your alliances. I think you still have control over everything. So that really worked out for you. Yeah, it looks like that really worked out. Nothing bad happened. You still have your colonies. Must have been one of those defensive wars that nothing happened. That's the way I see it, at least. How does the Celts Canada feel towards the English? They don't really like each other. Well, the Celts have Canada, of course, as not that distinct of an opinion. Canada feels pretty nice about everybody. Oh yeah, they like most people. Perfect. That is awesome. Perfectly. I can't even speak right now. They like most people, so that's cool. Actually, no, I need to. Oh, this is it. Okay. Well, and most people like the Canadians as well. Only natural, as they should. I love Canada, so I'm hoping that they have a successful game. I'm hoping they get their independence soon, in fact. But I don't know. Now that, Brazil got locked down, slapped down a few videos ago, or that might have been last video. Just checking in on these liberty desires. Maybe Spain. Since France is doing so bad, we might see maybe Colombia or Peru decide to declare their independence. Because France might lose a lot here. Or probably even Rome, Mexico. No, they're too new, I think. Yeah, they might be a little bit too new. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Canada's at 40% liberty desire. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. Things are pretty interesting. Wars still breaking out, and some big ol' alliances are forming up. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say we're going to see some huge wars by the end of this. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.